Hi everybody, this is Sayaji Dan.
Cy Miles.
And we're teaching the seated cross form today. Now because the seated cross form begins with a technique that is a kick, we actually have a 1A and a 1B sequence. So if you can ambulate your legs, you'll do the 1A sequence. If you cannot, you'll do the 1B sequence. But then sequences 2 and 3 are the same. Alright, this form begins by bowing in, going to your X, and then going down to your wheels. Why do we go to our wheels? Because we're looking for escape angles. We're going to our wheels because we're about to move. Now, we find we cannot move, our opponent is attacking us. So from our place, the opponent is directly in front of us. This opponent is reaching to grab us, to stop us, or could possibly be punching at you. So you're going to do a cross block that comes down into a trap as you drive your knee up, and then you're going to stomp. That's count number 1. So you're pulling the hand in and stomping. Then you're going to drive out with an outside block left, which gets the person set up over here, and then you're going to turn and drive a short punch right up into him. Now, this is where that secondary punch comes in that we've been talking about. You're going to turn your thumb down, pull in, and secondary punch. Boom. Okay? And that's the first sequence. Let's do that one again. Okay, this is 1A for ambulating legs. We do cross block, trap, and stomp. 1. We do outside block. 2. We pivot and short punch. 3. And then we do secondary punch. 4. As you see, this is a 4-count form. Now, right from there, you're going to catch on the other side and stomp. 1. Outside block. 2. Pivot and short punch left. 3. And secondary left. 4. Okay? Now you see how the secondary is coming up. Remember that secondary, you might be short punching towards the sternum, but if they block that punch or knock that punch down, you can come up and turn it into an uppercutting punch into this area right here. So that's 1A. Okay? Let's do 1A again, both sides. You ready? To our wheels, and cross block left, catch and stomp. Outside block left, short punch right, secondary punch right. Cross block right, catch, stomp, outside block right, short punch left, secondary punch left. Okay, and 2. So that's 1A. You want to practice that until you get it down. Now, for my students that do not move their legs, we have another sequence to work with in here. This one begins the same way, hands on the wheels. Okay, so Cy Miles, hands on wheels. Good. Now we're going to do the same cross block and trap. All right, the same move, they're coming in, so you're going to cross block left and pull in down here, but then you're going to drive an overhead block straight up into them to lift them. And from that overhead block, I want you to throw a short punch, but uppercutting short punch. Drive the short punch up under, and then do that secondary again. Boom. Okay? And that's what you're doing. You're pulling them in. You're not even worrying about the knee or the stomp. You're bringing them to the side. So because you're not stepping on the leg, they're not folding as far. So what you're doing is shelving them. Instead of using the outside block, you're going to use an overhead block to lift them up, and then short punch up underneath it, and then secondary punch up underneath it if they are able to block that short punch. Now, right from there, you're going to intercept that grab, pull it down, and drive the overhead block, throw the short punch up high like an uppercut, and then secondary. So, your block is different, and the target zone of your short punch is different. Not doing a stomp, not breaking the balance, requires a change of target zones. All right, so that's 1A and 1B. All the rest of this form is exactly the same for everybody. All right, sequence 2. You're going to finish up. Start with the finish up to the secondary so they can see that. So we're going to go from the secondary. You're going to grab your wheels, turn 45 to the right. Okay. Now you're looking for your exit angles. All our movement with our chair is always about finding the exit angles. So you're moving on a 45-degree exit angle, but now your opponent, who's directly in front of you, is off on your 45. And you have to defend yourself here. X, high-low block, clearing your wheel, protecting your head. Then you're going to do a double block. This has to become a cross block right and a sweep block left. Okay, at a 45, that's all about rotation of the trunk. All right? Now, because you're turned sideways here, this block might become something they try to grab. So you're going to pull your hand away and push with your ally, and then you're going to short punch left. Turn, and secondary punch. All right? And that's your first sequence. Then you're going to turn to the 45-degree escape, which is actually a 90-degree turn, to your left. You're going to go to your X. You're going to do your high-low block right, high left. Then you're going to cross block left and sweep block right. You're going to push with the ally and pull and short punch. And then secondary, push and secondary. You see how his left hand does it twice. You see on the other side how the right hand does it twice. Okay? Show them the outside block again from there. Just show that outside. Now, with that outside block, he's going to push and pull to set up the short punch. Then he's going to push and pull to set up the secondary. Boom. Okay? Make sure you're turning and pushing and pulling. All right? Because you can't just block it and pull your hand in. They're grabbing it. Okay? So make sure that you're turning your body to help pull that away. Short punch, pull, secondary punch. All right? And those are at 45s. Let's go back to the beginning and let's go through, we're going to go through 1A and 2. Okay? So 1A is the catch and the kick. All right, let's practice. Hands down on the wheel. All right. Catch and kick. Outside block. Short punch. Secondary. Catch and kick. Outside block right. Short punch left. Secondary left. Turn 45 to the right. X high-low. Double block with that cross and outside. Push, pull, punch short. Push, pull, secondary. Turn 90 degrees to another 45-degree exit. High-low block. Cross and sweep block. Push, pull, short punch. Push, pull, secondary. All right? Now from there, in one turn, you're going to turn all the way to a 90-degree exit if you can. If you can't do that, practice reaching and pulling that chair, spinning in place, spinning as fast as you can so that you can exit this way. All right? At this point, we're going to do the same techniques again, but we've got somebody directly on the side of us, not 45, which means this cross block is going to be even harder. So first you go to X, you're going to go high-low, and you're going to bring your right hand over the top. Left hand's going to be down here, but this right hand has to cross block. It has to get all the way over your face, so you've got to turn and lean. Then sweep block left. Now you're going to do that push-pull again, but this time it's going to be a long punch high. Okay, because now you're further away. Long punch, push-pull, secondary. All right? So it's the same thing, but a different punch and a different target zone. Now, most people can't do this turn in one, so go 1 and 2 if you can. And Cy Miles likes to show off, so that's great. Okay? X, high-low, cross block all the way across your face and sweep block. Push, pull, long punch right, and then push, pull, secondary right. Okay? And that's our sequence 3. Now turn back to the front, Cy Miles, and let's talk about how we finish this aka. This aka finishes with the first time we use a double punch. The double punch is something we use in more advanced techniques. It is actually a very great technique because most people don't use it, so most people don't expect it. We use it all the time. So you're going to chamber, and you're going to double punch, long punch high, and then you're going to double secondary. And it looks like it's some sort of traditional finish to the aka. And that's what it looks like when you do it. It looks like you're finishing up and you're going, look what I did today. Punches and secondaries, yay. But it actually is teaching you a new technique. You're learning how to run your arms together at the same time. Okay? It has no practical application just doing this. But in the form, what we're doing is we're starting to learn the double fist technique that can come from 2 different angles, can punch up, can punch in. Okay? Believe me, you want to learn that. Now, let's go through this form from start to finish using 1B to start with. Okay? We bow in. Everybody can do 1B. And arms go down. So first, you are going to catch and pull. Overhead block left. Short punch up high, secondary up high. Catch and pull, overhead block right, short punch left up high, secondary punch up high. Turn 45 degrees, X high low, cross and sweep, push pull short punch, push pull secondary. Turn 90 degrees to the left. You're on a 45-degree exit. High low, good cross and sweep, push pull short punch, push pull secondary. Good. Turn all the way so that you get to a 90-degree exit. X, high low, good cross and sweep. Push pull long punch, push pull secondary. Everybody turn around all the way. X, high low. There you go. And push pull long secondary. Turn back to the front. Double punch, double secondary. X and down. That is the cross form aka for the seated position. Practice each sequence one at a time until you get them down, then put them all together, and then go to the training videos.